Yeah, how you doing, everybody? I'm just a little annoyed that Facebook, it just freezes up so easy. I don't really think it's Facebook so much is the fact that my phone is, I have a phone that's a couple of generations old. It's like 2.5-year-old phone, so you could probably figure out what phone I have. I have a Samsung phone. It was great when it came out, and it's been good up until like the last 6 months. It's been giving me trouble, so I definitely got to get a new phone. But also, I'm with Sprint, and Sprint doesn't have the best, what do you call it, reception when it comes to, the bars on your phone. So usually, talking wise, I could be all right, but for data though, for Wi-Fi, whatever, it's kind of a pain. So I was doing this video, 2 videos before this one, where I was talking about traveling around the country. And I don't even know how I got into the subject, but I was talking about if you get a chance, after we get through this thing with the virus and everything, when there's vaccines that work, you get vaccinated, and you can, know you're not sick, and you're not going to get sick after they've done testing or whatever, of the vaccine. Definitely go out and see the rest of the country. Like, if you're like me I'm from the Mid-Atlantic states. That was the region of the country. I was from New York State. I think it's considered the Mid-Atlantic state, along with states like New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and what would be another state, Mid-Atlantic? One of those states, around there. It's been a while since I took that. I don't know if that was 8th grade geography. I forget. But anyway, yeah, could be 7th grade, because I remember learning about New York State when I was in 7th grade, my home state. So I was saying that my uncle and I, we got to go stay in the youth hostels, because to rent an RV would have been, it would have been tough at the time. I was making a move that year, and I was trying to save my money, so I sold my motorcycle, and I got to drive around the country. We stayed in the youth hostel, and the reason why I was talking about the video is basically just how huge the rest of the country is. So if you get a chance, go out there, see the country. It's so beautiful, all the different diverse landscapes, and as far as like, the natural, landmarks, the national parks, just so much beauty, and try to go in a time of year where most of the parks are still open, because some of the parks will close when it's too cold, when it's not the season. But if you go like in the early fall or the early to late spring, a lot of these places are already open, and you can enjoy them. You don't have to worry about freezing to death, because of the fact that it's a lot, so much to see and do. So my uncle and I, we did about a month driving around the country. We also went to Canada, and we drove around Canada, and we also just did a big, huge circle visiting family and friends around the United States. I had been once to Quebec, the province of Quebec. I got to go to Montreal, so I wanted to go to Quebec City, so I went with my uncle to Quebec City. We also went up towards Prince Edward Island. We were in New Brunswick. We were gonna go out towards I don't know what, I forget the name of the other province. I don't know, is it Newfoundland or I think it's Newfoundland, but not St. John's. I think that's the one further up, like where Halifax is and all that stuff. We weren't gonna go that far. I know, like, some of that you needed to take a ferry boat and to it's seasonal. But we went out there, and we went during the fall. It was October of 1996, and we got to see the foliage change. It was just amazing, driving through the forest of New Brunswick, and then we got to Quebec, and we were hanging out a couple of days in Quebec City. Went to Montreal, then we went to Ontario, and then we went to Toronto. I'd never been to Toronto before. Beautiful, clean city. Very organized, I was very impressed with how clean and organized that city was. I had never been to Niagara Falls, so we went and we saw Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, on the American side. It was cool. And then we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was just a big, huge trip. Saw my cousin in Michigan. We went to Chicago, but that was kind of like during that time of year. They had closed the hostel down there, so we went to Wisconsin. We weren't planning to go there. It was cool. We got to sleep out in an old dairy barn. It was pretty funny. You can still smell the cows, if you know what I'm trying to say, if you know what I'm referring to. But we got to meet people from Japan, and people we met one person from Arizona. It was cool meeting people close to our age, traveling at that time of the year around the country. And then from there, we just went, we got to see St. Louis, Missouri, another great American city. We spent a couple of days there, went to a blues bar, got to go into the Arch, went into a contraption that looked like a dryer, got to go into the Arch. Oh, you know what I'm going to do, by the way? Just bear with me a second. I want to get some lunch. Actually, it's kind of I had lunch. It'd be more like an early dinner. So I'll try to make this video quick because it's maybe figure about 10 minutes. I've already been on for 5 minutes. So yeah, so we're gonna go to the Loves over here. I got some points saved up on for my loaner truck. So that's how I got into the story about traveling on the country, is I'm using a loaner truck because my Kenworth day cab is having some DEF. I think it's the pump issue. I had some problems with an older truck, a year older than that one, similar problems, where it was derating and it wasn't, you know, the light was acting like it was no fuel, and it had plenty of DEF fluid. So I have a feeling I have to get the part, and I'm going to be using the loaner truck. It's a Volvo sleeper. It's a VNL. I think it's a 2015 without the APU or without the, you know, I don't have the automatic fifth wheel to release it. I have to do it by hand. Left by hook in my other truck. So it's always something. I think today we're going to go through the drive-through because I'm too tired to get out. A lot of running around today, dealing with a lot of stress. You can see the gray hairs growing out of I'm a relatively young whippersnapper, and with just this year alone, most of the grays will grow on my sideburns or on the sides of my hair and my beard, you know, but lately they've been popping out of the front of my head because of all the stress with this virus and the traveling and the kids stuck at home and just this, that, and the other. Give me a second while I order a nice little sandwich from Arby's. Don't go away.
Hello, I'm ready. Pick up whenever you're ready.
Yeah, can I get the cordon bleu, just the sandwich, and if you can give me a large Coke light on the ice.
Alright, so you want a chicken cordon bleu and a large Coke with light on the ice?
Yes. And
Okay.
that'll be all. Thank you.
Okay, would you like any Arby's or ketchup?
You know what? Now I'm good, thanks.
That was a Coke, correct?
Yeah, just the Coca-Cola large light on the
Okay.
ice. Yeah, extra
Your call
large.
would be 832 4 they have to help you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Now, normally I would just get the sandwich, but I'm thirsty. I could have gotten a free drink with my Love's card, but like I said, I'm just too tired. It's like the in and out, especially that Volvo truck, that particular model, they put the shifter right next to the seat. And then the dummies that designed that, I would love to smack the designer of that year truck, that 2015 Volvo VNL. He put the cup holders right in between the bottom of the dash, the driver's seat, and the shifter. So you have very little space to squeeze through when you want to like get to the back of the truck, you know, like to the sleeper berth, or you want to reach over to the passenger seat. If you have anything, the passenger, like I have my cooler, because I took everything out of I took most of everything out of my day cab. So yeah, so it just, you know, I'm just tired, and you know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So it's like the in and out climbing. It's like, you know, your knees. Yesterday I was playing my video game. I have Spy Hunter, the original stand-up arcade game. I play it with a bar stool, a little wooden bar stool. But because the guy who owned it before me, he put it up on casters or a dolly. I don't know if I know he put wheels on it, like caster wheels. So the game is raised up about a good 4 inches off the ground. So it's kind of hard to stand with your foot on the pedal. Yeah, give me a second while I get my wallet. Yeah, I'll be there. I want to use my points, and then I'll pay the difference.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I would have just got the sandwich, I would have saved myself a couple bucks. Yeah, he's going to charge my points, and then... Oh, sick. Yeah. Gotta go home and clean the George Foreman grill from last night. I got it to work. My wife's like, it doesn't work anymore. But I used the other grill we had. Give me a second. All set? Great. Can I get a receipt too? Thank you. All right, yeah, so I got to use almost $4 of points. So see that? So I got the sandwich almost at half price, you know, and with a drink, which is not bad. So yeah, so to take advantage of that, I think I said in a previous video, to get your Love's card. Today I got to put in over 100 gallons of fuel. It was like about 108 on the diesel fuel for the tractor. I got to put, I think it was about almost 10 gallons of DEF fluid, because it was the person who drove that loaner truck before me didn't hardly put any DEF fluid. And then I put some reefer fuel. I think it was only a couple of gallons. But, you know, it's like you get the points. And then right now I don't have the highest. I think it's Diamond is the highest status. Right now I'm at Platinum. because I went on vacation last month, and or was it this month? No, it was the end of last month I went on vacation, so I didn't get to use, I didn't get to fill up as much fuel as I wanted to. Give me a second while we put away this card. So yeah, so I'm just doing the video just to talk about it. If you've never traveled around the country, it's such a beautiful, beautiful country. United States of America has so much natural beauty. A lot of great people all around the country. I don't care if it's red states, blue states. I don't care, what their politics are. There's so many good. I've had people help me out when I've had, mechanical problems, technical problems. If I was, if there was a shipper issue or a receiver issue or, just different stuff has happened, construction, all this stuff, and you're like, out in the middle of Bumblefrick. So many great people out in the country. We really are a blessed country with great people, great places, great natural beauty. Some amazing cities. When you go around the country, there's some major metropolitan areas that are just so much to see and do. I've been to so many museums and landmarks. Sometimes if I had a layover and I was empty, I would see what points of interest were nearby and I would go visit. So it's just amazing. Just bear with me. I'm not looking at the camera because I'm just keeping an eye out for these guys that are doing like 90 miles an hour on this county road. Try to squeeze in over here. So yeah, so I'm going to let you folks go because I don't like to do the videos more than I usually do them between 10 and 15 minutes. So I'll let you folks go. I just wanted, like I say, if you get a chance, like I said, I thought about it when I was driving around the country with my other sleeper truck. I drove a sleeper truck for about a good 4.5 years. And like I said, my uncle and I, we had traveled around the country back in '96 when I sold my motorcycle, used that money, and we drove around before I moved from Long Island to Puerto Rico to discover my heritage. My parents are from there. They had moved back. I had missed them, and I went there and I started a business. I was a disc jockey on and off for a number of years. So it was good. One day I'll do a video talking about Puerto Rico, how amazing the island is. My heart and soul is with the people of Puerto Rico. Amazing people, great people that are they'll give you the shirt off the back. There's such a rich culture. Beautiful, just the island is beautiful as far as the tropical beauty of the island, the mountains, the beaches. The people are amazing. The women, when I was single, I was like a kid in a candy store. The women are just drop dead gorgeous. And the music was awesome, a little bit of everything. Big, heavy influence of American music, whether it was heavy metal, rock, hard rock music, hip-hop, R&B. And it influenced a lot of the Latin music. And just, like I said, one day I'll do an extensive video for you folks out there in YouTube land of my 17 years living in Puerto Rico. I miss it a lot. I moved because I got married, had kids, and the economy when it hit really bad in 2008, we were struggling, not to make ends meet. We were living comfortable. We were living, but it was harder and harder, especially with the school situation, and just when I was being a DJ, tons of gigs would get canceled, and you'd lose the following you had. And so we made the decision to move back to the States. My wife and I both, like I said, I was born and raised in New York, lived there 28 years of my life in New York State. But my wife had lived in New York State until she was about 8 years old, and then she moved to Puerto Rico with her parents. But so we met in a mutual friend's wedding. But yeah, so very lucky man, met a beautiful woman, incredible mother of our kids, and I can't wait to see them tomorrow. I'm gonna be picking them up tomorrow at the airport. So like I said, folks, I'll talk to you later. Anything comes up, if I got to do a video, like I said, we'll do another one extensively about Puerto Rico, about being a DJ, about the different, amazing adventures I had over there, and great places to see, or whatever. Like I said, if you get a chance when this thing is over, definitely see the country. Rent an RV or stay in, economical hotels. Do yourself a budget, get a map, put those points of interest. I saw some amazing stuff, and we traveled my uncle 30 days. We were on the road. We went to 3 different countries. We even went to one Mexican state in Baja California, and we just had an amazing trip. Just a huge circle around North America in 30 days, believe it or not. So, some states, not a lot to do, so those were the ones we kind of like we would drive through it and spend the night in a place where we want to see something cool the next day or whatever. But like I said, definitely you got to see the country. It's not the same. You can rent videos and you can see stuff there. I used to have the library We used to rent the video cassettes. Now they're probably DVDs. As in National Geographic, see the documentaries, whatever. But I've seen some that are even on the streaming services. But like I said, it's nothing like the same thing. You go to the Grand Canyon in Arizona, and your peripheral vision can't even take in how expansive, how wide, how amazing, how awe-inspiring the Grand Canyon is. And we went there and we saw it, and we were there when the sun went down. It was just incredible. God's country. Same thing with the Rocky Mountains. Same thing with the Grand Teton Mountains. Same thing with Yellowstone Park. There's a few places I didn't get to go to. I wanted to go to because we were like just zip-zagging around, meeting family and friends that joined us on the West Coast in California and Nevada. And definitely got to go to Sequoia National Forest. I haven't been to Yosemite Park, National Park, and also some other areas I haven't been to, a few other cities, amazing cities on the West Coast that I have to check out. But we'll do it one of these days. Maybe I'll go with the family. We did last summer. We did a tour of the Midwest states. We went to Tennessee we were in Arkansas briefly. We were in Mississippi. We went to Illinois. We went to Michigan. We went to Ohio. So we did a big tour of Kentucky. We were in Kentucky, I think, briefly. We were in Kentucky. But we just had an amazing trip to that part of the country. It was really amazing. And we just did a vacation recently. That was last summer. This summer we did most of the East Coast, North Carolina, New York, and couldn't do too much because a lot of stuff was closed. We went to the beaches, went to my cousin's house upstate, and we got to it was to get away from being stuck in the house for 3 hours. And we social distance. We brought our masks with us, as you can see, and we just to see family from far, even with the mask on, to wave to everybody. It was cathartic. It was therapeutic. Anyway, folks, I'll let you go. Take care. It was good talking to you again. All right, and be good. And if you can't be good, give me a second. Be careful. Bye.